Are you tired of juggling spreadsheets, sticky notes, and endless phone call just to keep your service business running? Welcome to Jobber, the ultimate all-in-one platform designed to help you manage your service business very efficiently. From scheduling jobs to invoicing client and tracking performance, Jobber simplifies every aspect of your operation. In this step-by-step tutorial, I will walk you through how to use jobber.com to streamline your workflow, improve customer satisfaction, and grow your business. So it's really easy. Just go to Google, search for Jobber. You will technically come to this official website, which is jobber.com or getjobber.com. Now click on this pricing section because it's going to play a huge role. Initially, we get a 14 days free trial, right? For the individual, we have three plans, right? And obviously, monthly is a little bit expensive as compared to annual. You can see here. You can pause this video or you can just come to check or compare the exact plans. And if you're looking for a team, you can see here the team is a little bit expensive, right? But it's completely up to your need, and if you're okay with it, you can just go and buy. But if you're thinking to buy, there's a link given in the description. Please use that link because it's an affiliate link and it's a way to support our channel. Plus, you will get a good discount. Now, without wasting any time, let's just go and click on Start Free Trial on the top right side corner. It will ask your work email as well as the password. So just enter your work email and password and click on Start Free Trial. You can also start with your Google or Apple ID. Next thing, Jobber will ask you, that is your name. I will write here, my name is Ronwa. Enter your phone number and the company website and just go and click on next. Now here, tell us about your business. So you have to just enter your business name here, for example File Express, and search for your industry. So you have to select your industry, but somehow if you ended up choosing the wrong industry, you can just go later and fix it. It's really easy thing to do. Just for this tutorial part, I will use here plumbing. By the way, if you choose any industry, it's fine because the interface and the features is exactly same, so there will be no confusion. Your plumbing business is at a glance here. How many people work at your company? There's around 2 to 3 people. How many years have you been in this industry? That is 3 to 5. Now click on next. Now let's fine tune your jobber experience. So what's your estimate revenue? This is it, and let's go and click on next. I will love to know how do you hear about the jobber. You can just write here Filex channel, right, and click on get started. Now, before we get started, let's break down what's make Jobber stand out. So, according to them, Jobber is a powerful software solution tailored for service-based business like cleaning, landscaping, HVAC, plumbing, and many more. Right, and there are so many features, but let me show you some of them. But first thing, that is a scheduling and dispatching. We will obviously we will talk about detail about each and every feature and how we can implement into our business. There's a invoicing and payment, customer management, team tracking, and obviously you can access all this feature from anywhere, because this feature is much more useful when you have a team, because you can check out how your team is working and everything. Right. Now, there's a cloud-based and accessible from any device. It is affordable pricing. This is a seamless integration with tools like QuickBooks, Stripe, and Google Calendar. Now, to get started, we are right now. Let's click on Next, Get Paid. Okay. Click on Job Done. So you are all set here. That's great. Now here, first of all, never miss a job. So it will just obviously they're showing us some of the tutorial, but I can just go and choose explore jobber on my own, and this is the exact dashboard which you will find it once you buy the subscription, or even though if you're just taking the 14 days free trial, right? And we will go one by one here. So the setup process is very straightforward even for beginner, and ensure you're ready to start managing your business right away. Now that your account is set up, let's get into this. So as you can see here on the left side, this is logo of Jobber here. This is create. Let me show you. Obviously, I will show you what this create feature is useful here. There's a so many option on the menu. By the end, there's a get setup. So obviously, they want you to set up each and everything, which is basically add your company logo, explore your personalized online client portal, right? And on the top right side corner, this is some of this Copilot. You can say it's a time of AI, so it's pretty much very similar to ChatGPT. As you can see here, I am an AI powered virtual assistant, so you can ask them if you find any kind of issue, right? And this is a notification tab, so all the notification if you get it from your team, and regarding anything you will find it here. This is a help, right? And this is a settings bar. Now here there's a search bar. So if, for example, obviously you can schedule a job, create a job, and there's a lot of jobs right here, and there's a lot of codes and invoices. So you can just go to the top right side corner, you can search for any specific thing, and you will get it. Now first of all, add your company logo. So we can just go and click on it. Automatically it will take to the the branding section, which you can see here. If you're not able to find it, just go and click on the top right side corner. There's a settings gear icon here, and here on the left side you will see a lot of option. You can come to this branding section, right? So this is the way if you're not able to find it. Now very first thing, that is we have to upload a company logo, because where company logo is useful, whenever you send an invoice, whenever you send an email, right, obviously the invoice, I mean the logo goes with that invoice. So it's really important because it shows that how professional you are. So let's add a logo here. First of all, click on upload logo. Just for the sake of tutorial, we are just going to use this logo. Now click on open. Now the logo is getting uploaded here. You can edit it. For example, I want this smaller or this bigger, right? So you can adjust it and click on next. Now here, this is how your logo is going to look like. If you are satisfied with it, just go and click on finish. By the way, if you want to show company name as well as a logo, right? For example, if I just turn this off, you will find that my company name has gone from here. If I turn this on, you can see here the company name is available. Now once you're okay with it, just go and click on next. The next thing is that this is how your invoice is going to look like. So if you want to change the PDF style, if you have some branding colors, right, for example, let's say I like this blue, so you can see here the blue change, right? So you can choose your header color here. You can change the basic layout. So for example, I like single window here, so automatically it get change here. This is modern and this is a clean, right? The UI, so it's completely, you can change each and everything. Very easy to do, right? Show client phone number. If you want to show, you can just write it here. Just for the privacy reason, I will just turn this off. Now once you're satisfied with it, by the way, this is a style of PDF. You can also change the style of code, right? This is the style of job, right? And this is for the invoices. So whenever in the future, if you think that the message is not proper, I can edit this up. So you can always come to this branding section and just go to PDF style and click on save. Now automatically it will be added, right? Very easy to do. Now let's get back to the home section. Now here you can see explore your personalized online client portal. Let's just go and click on it. So here you can see we are in the client section. Now very simple to do. If you're not able to find, same way you have to just go to the settings, right, top right side corner, and here into the client section you can just go to the client hub. Now automatically we will come up here. Now the client hub is automatically set up with your company branding and lets your client approve code, checkpoints, check appointments detail, pay outstanding invoice, and just for a lot of features here. So if you want to do this, make sure you turn this on, right? By default, it will be turned on, but for any some XYZ reason, you can just come back here and you can turn this off, right? For example, this is a referral setting, so client can refer a client. Client can refer their friend. So you can turn this on, or you can edit it, the template and everything. Now this is a login page. So for example, I can just copy the URL and paste it in a new tab just to check out whether it's working or not. Yeah, it's working. Now here you can just go and click on update setting if you have changed the URL of this login page, and if you have turned off any of this feature, right? Very simple to do. Now let's get back to the home. Now, same way as you can see here, these are some of this to-do list. I mean, not exactly to-do list, but just whenever you are, if you came onto this jobber, you can just use this feature just to set it up. And obviously you can find it in the setting and you can explore it later. Now let's come back to this very main important thing. Whenever you can see here, there's an option of create. Now create means you can create a client, request, code, job, and invoice. So let's start by using a job here. Now to create a job, it's really easy. You can just go and click on job, and somehow if you're not able to create job from here, you can just go to the job section and automatically you will come up here. Now in the top right side corner, you can just go and click on new job or create your first job. But somehow if you were using an old or any another software for this purpose, you can also import all the jobs and all this data into the, if you are convinced to buy the jobber, right? So you can just import it. Now let's get back here to create it. First of all, let's say to create a job, we need a client, right? So I don't have any client, so we can just create a client. So you can directly create a client from here. You can import a client, or you can just go and tap on it, create, and you can come to here, create. So let's first of all create a client here. I will create, the client name is John, right? And Ja, and the title is Mr. The company name is, you know, Benz. And the phone number, you can add this detailed critical information here just for the sake of communication. And this is a communication setting, so you can turn this off or turn this on whenever you want to. By default it is all turn on. This is additional client details, so you can just add it. Now the lead source and everything, right? The address of the client or the client business, right? So you can add it here, the property details and all, right? Billing address is the same as a property address. If it's not, then turn this off and you can see your billing, you can add the billing address. Now once you are okay with it, you can, if you want to create another client, you can just go and click on save and create another, or click on save client. So just for the sake of tutorial, I'll just write a random number here and click on save client. So we have successfully created a client. So if I just go to the home tab, right, and if I just come back to the client section, you can see here we have a new lead. It means this is a one of the client which we just added, last activity 1 minute, right? And there's so many features, but we will go one by one here. But if you want to add more client, you can come back and click on new client, or just from create section you can create it. There's a more option. If you have a data of client, you can just go and click on import client or export client, right? So if you want to import client here, click on it, upload the CSV file, that is Excel file, and that is how you can just import a client. Now let's get back how we can create a job. So to create a new job, you have to, same way, let's click on new job here. Now here we have to select the name of the client. So let's just go and click on this plus icon. We have already added a client just now. So I will choose here. Now automatically the client has been created. Now the new property for Ben. So you have to add the address, right? If you don't add the address, then they are going to show you an option. For just for the sake of this video, I will add a random address here. Once you have added the address, just go and click on create property. So automatically we have created property at the same time. Now here, if you just scroll down, here you will find this option. This is a one-time job or this is a recurring job. Recurring job, it means that you just need this job, or this is one of the job which you have to do after frequency of time, right? I mean, you have to do it by week or month by month, or after every 3 months. So this is a repeating, right? But this is just a one time, so you can choose here one time here. You have to enter the start date. Now let's say this is on the 25th of April and the ending is on 28th of April. But if I just go to the recurring job here, you can see here there's a time. So there's a start time, end time, and repeat. So it repeat weekly on Thursday or every second week of Thursday, right? So you can just click on custom schedule and you can choose here. So it repeat every month of the first. So I can just go and click on OK. Now every first of the month it just repeat, right? Now here you can see here custom we have added, and as you can see here there's an asterisk 2. So it's just to identify that this is a custom repeat you have just added. And by the way, if you want to hide the calendar, you can just hide it up, right? So we have added on the 25th of April and ending is 28th of April. Today is 17. You can add the time. So the starting time is actually 7 p.m. and the ending is at the 9 p.m., right? Sorry, start at the 7 a.m. and end is 9 p.m. This is how you can add, and this is a daily, right? So you can repeat this as a daily or weekly. So don't get confused between this one-time job daily and this is a recurring job, right? So for example, this is just as needed. We won't prompt you, right? Or you can set here daily, weekly, monthly, or you can just add a custom. Now this is arrival window, so you can just go and click on arrival window here and you can just set it up. So for example 30 minutes and click on next, right? Now email team about this assignments. Obviously now this task has been assigned to Ron, but I can just go and assign to different user. So I have to create a user, or I have to give the invitation code to my team member, and once they have added and start using Jobber, and once they are in the Jobber, automatically I will able to assign them. Now invoicing, remind me to invoice when I close this job. Okay, this is really important, so I need to turn this on. And this is a job form, so you can create a job form in the setting. It's pretty easy thing to do. So job form, let me show you how this job form is. To create a job, it's really, it doesn't take too much time, but I'm trying to explain each and every part of it and how it's interconnected with other features of this application. You can see here this is a job form, so I can just go and click on the new job form. Now let's say add a new section, so I will just write here file x job form, right? And just go and click on save. Now I can just put it here, automatically attached to a new job, so automatically it will get attached, right? And I have to just go and click on save. Now, so we are get back to here. Now you can add it. So for example, just for the sake of tutorial, I will write here job task 1, right? You can add a description, you can add a new line item. So for example, this is a free assessment, right? You can enter the price. So let's say it's around 100, right? This is around 20, or actually it's free, so obviously it's 0, right? And you can just write here total. So once you have added all this information, you can you can add some of the extra information, or you can just import some of these files here and make sure this is interconnected, or tick on, because ultimately once the job has been closed, it will send as an invoice. Right now, once you are okay with it, satisfied with it, just go and click on save job. Right, so we have successfully created a job here. Now let's go back to the home, and in the home it will show the exact dashboard. So for example, you can see here, obviously we haven't did any, we have to schedule a job to see it here. But if you just go to the job section, you can see here we have successfully created a job. Now in the same way, you can just go and click on create a new job. Now this is a schedule part. So the schedule part is really important, and it's play a huge role here. So once you go to the schedule, so let's say in the schedule, you can see here the job which I've added, it's from 25th of April to 28th of April. Automatically it has been added. But I want to add a job on 19th. So I will just go and click on here. I can click on, and it will give me some of the features. For example, I can add a new job, or a new request, new task, new calendar, right? So obviously you know how to create a new job here. If I just go and click on it, automatically you can add a new job. Let's get back here, right? And let's say once I click on here again, right, I can just put as a new request, and I can just request for example, I want to request to Ben's the John here, right? And please provide as much information as you can here. So you can write what kind of request it is and why you want to send it, right? Just for the sake of information, so that John can understand, right? Your client can understand, right? And which day would you be the best for the assessment of work, right? So you can choose here day, and what is another day for your work, what is another day that works for you. So you can choose any of this option, and what's your preferred arrival time here. It's completely up to how your business work. You can choose this option. So the schedule part is really useful, because you don't need to just go to the job section and create, right? Automatically you can just come up here and create a new job here, right? This is a new task. So for example, I want to create a task just for my internal team, or even for my client, right? So it's not a job. There's a difference between a job and a task. So here, just for the tutorial, I'll choose again here Ben's. I will write the title and instruction and the start time. All this is very similar to the job, but it's not a job. Job is basically, you can count this as a file, but inside that file there's a different kind of documents, right? And documents is basically a task. So this is something like that. Inside a job, you can just create as many tasks as you want, but the task is just a simple task, right, which doesn't repeat or repeat, very similar to it. So you can create it in this way, and you can assign it to one of your team member, and just go and click on update, right? So once I just go and click on update, automatically, okay, so this is here task 1, click on update, and you can see here, right? So it's very similar, but it's not exactly, as you can see the color is also different here, right? And once, so these tools help you to stay organized and ensure no job fail through the cracks, right? So the schedule part, I just love it. Now if I just go to the client section, it will show me all the clients I have, whether it's an individual or whether it's a business, right? And as you can see here, I just created one of the client here, that's why it's showing me the new lead in the past 30 days. But if I just go and I can check this up, right? So how many leads I have got, and once I just go and click on it, it will show me each and everything, what was the lead source, from where it came, what was the link, and everything, right? And you can always export this up, and you can always add a new client here. So this is very simple thing, right? Now this is a request. Now you can just send a request to one of your client here, and all the requests will be shown up, right? And you can check the overview, whether it's regarding a new, whether that request has been accepted or not, and what's the process and how it's going, right? So it's pretty much easy. You can just create a request and track incoming work here, right? And somehow if your request get accepted. Now this is a code. Now same way, you can choose a template to create a new code. So I've already shown you how you can choose a template. So let's just click on your first template here. If you don't know, let me show you in a very easy manner. So you can click on here. This is a template one, right? Now this is for the job title. Now let's say job title one, right? And I can just put a product service, right, and the quantity and everything, right? And I can add the price, the description and everything. And once the code has been accepted by the client, automatically it will show up in my code section. The job section, you already know how to create a job and how it's going to help us. Now this is the invoices. So generating estimates and invoices is very essential for smooth cash flow and customer satisfaction. Now here's how the jobbers help actually. So once you go to here, you can just go and click on new invoice and you can create an invoice and send an invoice. But I've already shown you, if whenever you close a job, automatically an invoice will be sent, right? So you can just automate this part. But somehow if you don't want to do this, so once you just go and click on new invoice, you have to select that this invoice is for which client. So once you select the client name here for this specific job and click on next step, right? So let's just go and click on next step here. Automatically, this is the exact invoice. All the details will be automatically filled. And once if you want to do any kind of changes, you can do it. You can add a message and you can just go and click on save and send as email, right? And you can also click on collect payment. So basically both of the things goes at the same time. But if you have integrated Stripe, then the client can directly pay by using an email and it will redirect to Stripe payment dashboard and there they can pay it. Now here you have to enter the email. So I just want to send here John. I'll just enter the email of the John here and click on send email, right? So just for the tutorial, I'll just write here random email here, click on send email. Now you can always send it in a format of PDF. It's completely up to you. And if I just go to the invoices section, if I click on it, you can see here that this invoice has been sent and it is waiting for the payment. So once the client pay, automatically it will show up in your invoice section. Right now, this is a marketing. Now the marketing is very cool. Obviously it's look cool. Now here they charges you some kind of extra money here, I guess. Right now you can just market your business, right, in your local area, in your larger area, depending upon how your business is and how your business model works basically. So you can just create a small campaign. You can ask referral for your client to ask the referral to give the referral to their friends, and you can ask for the reviews, right? So in this way you can just create it and automatically it will show you what's the traffic and from where it's getting, right? What's a visitor and what's the request. Now here, if you just go to the campaign here, you can just come up and click on create a new campaign. So let's say obviously they are going to charge extra. By the way, if you use just for marketing, if you use any another kind of tool, it's fine. You can just use that. But somehow if you want all these features in one dashboard, you don't want to juggle between 2 3 softwares, so you can just use marketing suite of Jobber. Now this is an insight. So insight is just like a report which will give you all this information. Let it open. So it will show you how much lead you have got in the specific date here, and how many jobs, how much revenue you have created in specific date, right? So you can use this information, right? And it's really important because these tools save time and ensure professionalism in every transaction, and obviously it will help you to expand and plan for the next upcoming months or the quarter. Now this is the expense, right? Just like inside there's a report section, you can export this. Now this is the expense part. So it will show you each and every expense, so you can just add it here. For example, if you just purchase a new machinery, you can just click on new expense and you can show up the new expense. Oh, this is for this specific machinery, right? And you can click on add as a new expense. So obviously when you are generating report, it will minus from the revenue and it will show you the exact profit. Right now this is basically timesheet. So you can approve timesheet. That is if you have a large team or even just a small team, you can you can run this payroll feature just from Jobber here. So for example, this is for this one, right? The job, and the start is, let's say, 9 p.m. Sorry, 7 p.m. So let me just erase this part. Okay, somehow actually this is some kind of error. Okay, 0 and at 9 p.m. the duration is this, right? And click on save. So this is my hour for today, right? And you can set it here. You can just set a time. You can edit this part. So it's completely easy to do so. Now this is a community, so you can build a community just for specific whatever your features or whatever service you're providing to your clients, right? And this is really useful. but you need to sign up into Jobber Blueprint just to access this community feature. Now, while the introduction of the video, I have just gave some information that you can integrate Jobber with the Stripe and QuickBooks and some other application. So obviously, you can just come to the apps section here. You can integrate QuickBooks, Zapier, Common Gamma. There's a lot of application which you can integrate. So you don't have to juggle between different application. You can automatically, it will show up everything in just a single dashboard, and that's a great thing, right? Because it's really important, but at the same time you just need to focus on a little bit focus on the community, and building strong relationship with your customers is a key to long-term success, right? And there you have it, a complete step-by-step guide to using Jobber to manage your service business very efficiently. Whether you're scheduling jobs, creating invoices, or nurturing customers relationship, Jobber has the tool to help you succeed. And if you found this video, make sure to like this video and subscribe.